Imagine learning how to perform a heart surgery, build on a construction site, or design objects in architecture, not from a textbook, but by stepping inside the experience. That's the power of immersive learning. But at BCIT, only a few programs have access. The rest, not so much. Why aren't all students learning this way? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cozier, and today I would like to talk about immersive learning through augmented and virtual reality. This presentation outlines how BCIT can expand immersive learning to all students, not just a select few. I chose this as my topic because of not only my love for technology, but because of the potential I see from integrating these technologies into education. We'll begin by understanding why a centralized hub at BCIT matters, then we'll look at the key challenges it addresses. I will then highlight how it benefits students, and then finish with a clear path for how we can make it happen. Right now at BCIT, augmented and virtual reality technologies are scattered across only a few programs and used mostly for research. This means the majority of students have no access to these tools, limiting their learning capability and creating missed opportunities for hands-on training. Students in programs without exposure to these technologies are at a disadvantage. A recent study from Bond University found that graduates without experience in immersive technologies are less competitive when entering industries where these tools are already standard. The more we delay equal access, the wider the digital skills gap becomes. BCIT prides itself on applied learning, but fragmented access to emerging tech undermines that strength. Without centralized coordination, augmented and virtual reality tools can't support students the way they're intended to. A shared hub ensures that we deliver on our promise of real, practical education across the institution. Additionally, without a centralized system, departments create projects in isolation, often resulting in redundancy. A paper from the International Technology Education and Development Conference highlights how scattered program rollouts can become, quote, an unstructured cluster of activities if a common framework does not exist. This leads to lost innovation and wasted effort. Setting up a centralized hub requires many components, including compatible hardware, sufficient setup space, and faculty training. However, many of these tools already exist at BCIT and can be consolidated. Furthermore, as VR equipment becomes more affordable, centralizing investment will be more efficient than repeating costs across multiple departments. Now let's talk about some benefits. Immersive tools improve students' understanding of complex subjects. A study from Bond University using Microsoft's HoloLens showed a noticeable improvement in students' spatial understanding of the human body. As you can see in this chart, another study shows that learners using virtual reality rate their experience higher in terms such as presence, motivation, and enjoyment compared to the same content on a desktop monitor. Beyond learning, these technologies build skills that today's employers are actively looking for. Whether it's architecture, healthcare, or construction, these tools prepare students for the exact workflows they'll face after graduation, giving them an edge in the job market. A centralized hub promotes shared innovation. Students and faculty across different programs can collaborate on projects, learn tools outside their fields, and experiment with real-world applications. This could also allow students to try out work in a specific industry via simulation before committing to a program. Immersive technology also opens doors for students studying remotely or for students with physical limitations. Research shows that learning in simulation not only improves engagement, but also helps create a more equitable learning experience for all students, especially in courses requiring hands-on interaction. In regard to the Smarty Award, the $50,000 would provide initial funding for the hub. This is enough to create a pilot space, purchase hardware, and train faculty. We can also supplement this with internal funds such as BCIT's School of Energy Fund. Additionally, many companies are already interested in supporting education-based VR projects such as Unity, Google, and Nearpod. The plan for the rollout follows an existing implementation model. We start by appointing a coordinator and running a technological and pedagogical needs assessment. Then, start the pilot program in a few specific departments, followed by collecting feedback and then refining the process. After that, we will scale the hub gradually based on the given feedback from the pilot program. This model is based on the XR or Mixed Reality Implementation Strategy workbook created by a professor at Yale University and has already been used successfully at other institutions. This guide is very adaptable to BCIT's existing structure. Lastly, this is more than a tech upgrade. It's about equal opportunity, real-world learning, and maintaining BCIT's leadership in applied education. With the right strategy and support, a centralized AR/VR hub can transform how we teach and learn. We already have the tools, let's bring them together. Thank you very much.